For more on this, I'm joined by Kenyan journalist Cyrus Ombati, who is in the capital, Nairobi. Cyrus, somber moment for us all, not just the Kenyans, but talk to us about it. How much do you know about this incident that resulted in 10 military personnel losing their lives?
Thank you for having the show. What we understand is that the chopper went down almost 2 or 3 minutes after takeoff from where it was. The chief of defense forces of the country, General Francis Ogola, was on board. He's the one who was leading the team to the area. They were kind of inspecting a school project which had been actually been demolished by cattle rustlers in the area. So the military has been developing the schools. So he was going around the area to inspect the reconstruction of the schools for reopening. So he was almost actually completing the trip going around the place. And then he was going to the next stop. That's when after taking off, that's when it probably was brought down or it came down. We don't understand what happened, but we suspect the area is hostile, where they're suspicious that it was brought down.
Okay, so obviously a lot of speculation, as you say, regarding what transpired. But what we have been made aware of is that there were 2 survivors on this craft.
We understand there are 2, but one has succumbed. There's only one survivor who is now remaining, who is a photographer, but he's a military officer. He was a photographer, was among the team, but apparently after it came down, it kind of threw him off the chopper, where he was. That's how he managed to survive. So far, we lost, you can say, 11 people out of 12 who were on board the chopper.
Do we know the state of health or the condition that he's in?
He's in critical condition because of the height the plane had gone up. And you see, it came down while kind of burning. So the impact was huge. So he's in critical condition, but he's stable because he's in a military facility in the east and the western part of the country. We believe that he'll be fine.
Well, we understand that President William Ruto called a National Security Council after this incident. What are some of the things that he's likely to have said in that meeting?
You see, this is the first kind of accident to happen involving a senior military official that have kind of, there's a general, there's the boss of the military, and it was when you look at the military administration or the establishment, if there's anything, if they wanted to be, there's a coup, General Ogola could have taken over the country. So the fact that he died and now and he's a member of the National Security Council, Mr. Ruto had an obligation of calling the council to discuss the whole issue. So that's why I called the meeting to discuss on how it's going to be done, what will happen the next kind of the coming days. Remember, there's a vacuum now with Ogola dead. So the council needs to meet and discuss how do we go about succession by the military. So those are some of the issues probably they were discussing the council.
So outside the defense chief, whom we know was a member of the military, do we know if any of the other individuals that were on the plane were also members of the military? Were there any civilians on board?
No, they're all soldiers. They're all military officers because one was a general, a brigadier, the one's the general. The other is a colonel. There are around 2, 3 colonels who are there. There was a sergeant. There was all those who are kind of military cadre, the middle level cadre officers who are there. So all of them were military officers who were on that trip. That's how they managed to kind of be affected.
And finally, before we let you go, Cyrus, I'd imagine that there would be a lot of investigations being carried out to establish what led to this helicopter crashing and taking so many lives. Now, you also indicated that it's not often that such an incident has happened in Kenya. Does the civil aviation or the aviation authorities within the military have capacity to carry out the necessary investigations, or do you think that they're likely to look to external service providers, if you will, to assist in establishing what actually happened?
Well, the military themselves, they have a capacity to investigate such incidents, but in the past incidents where they have been involved, they rarely make public their findings. Recently, there have been questions about the safety of the military choppers because we've had around 4 or 5 incidents in the past 2 or 3 years. So there were questions surrounding the whole safety of those military choppers. The one which one is involved in these incidents is a type which was bought from the US. That was 2016. And now the president himself said that they have sent a competent team to investigate the whole thing, how it happened. That's another issue. Will they make public the findings? That's another issue, because past such incidents have not been made public to know what happened. So it's an issue of waiting and see what they will come up with. People are dead, yeah, but now is it the way the military operates? They shrouded with so much secrecy. They may want to keep their findings on what they find out. But we know that the military indeed they have competence in trying to establish the whole incident. And given this job was given, or rather was bought from the US, Americans may want also to come on board and say maybe want to help you in the investigation of how it happened and how.
Now, you indicate that there have been other incidents where helicopters or choppers have crashed. Have the incidents been as catastrophic as this one?
Yeah, last year in November, we had a similar incident where 8 soldiers were killed. That's the coastal region. It happened near the Kenya-Somali border. We lost 8 soldiers. Then the same time, there's another chopper which actually crashed somewhere near Nairobi. It's a place called Kajiado. 4 soldiers were injured. So you see such, the type of choppers were involved in the same similar chopper which crashed today. And so it raises questions about the safety of the whole lot which was bought then 2016 up to now. So it's an issue which I believe the experts may want to look into.
Cyrus, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking to us on Africa Today. Kenyan journalist Cyrus Ombati in Nairobi speaking to us about that chopper crash which killed 10 people upon landing, and one other individual has succumbed to injuries. From what we understand, the lone survivor is critical in hospital.